is the sum of all small efforts repeated day in and day out. Jai Hind and a very good afternoon to our member of Academic Advisory Council, Mr. Dilip Thosar, all faculty members and the students of IIEBM in this business school. I, Pradna Taneja, MC for today's session, accord you a warm and a cordial welcome for today's guest lecture. Now I take this opportunity to welcome our member of Board of Studies, Mr. Dilip Thosar. Sir, may I have your permission to proceed? Thank you, sir. Sir is an alumnus of IIT Kharagpur and IIM Ahmedabad and freelancer business consultant. He has over 3 decades of experience in the Indian IT and education industry, covering functions of business unit management, entrepreneurship, business analytics, sales and marketing, academic, finance, human resource management, and project management. He has managed business unit responsibility at e-commerce startup Taxi for Sure, now an Ola Group company, headed IT delivery centers like Otis, Information System Resource Center, and Hindustan Construction Company Limited, HCC Infotech. Managed marketing and sales at corporations like Wipro and onwards. Headed resource management at companies like Hexaware and did pioneering work on robotics at Tata Electric's research and development. He has run his own company delivering software products and services in the Indian market till their product acquisition. He also incepted a startup incubator at Symbiosis and earned a great award by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. He has conducted courses and workshops on diverse business subjects, including business analytics, business statistics, marketing research, computing for business corporate finance, ratio analysis, mergers and acquisitions, business strategy, directed innovations, etc. for fresh and experienced participants at various business schools, including IIBM in this business school, IIM Indore, Balaji, Symbiosis, Bharatiya Vidyapeeth, PIBM, and others. He has also consulted on projects with corporates involving MBA student interns getting live exposure to practical and useful management techniques like management requirement. He has published and presented several papers, notably 3, Strategic Armory of Innovation for Online Retailers, 2nd, is post-appraisal bidding good strategy, and 3rd, towards a unified CSD solid modular. A paper on exploring patterns in adoption of digital media by young educated people is underway. He has published a book of short stories on science fictions, highly appreciated by readers. He now looks forward to giving back the legacy to the future generation he got from his gurus. Now, without any further delay, I request Mr. Dilip Thosar, sir, to address the young minds present over here.
Today, it's a great experience for me to address the crowd here in this auditorium. And I've been in that first floor auditorium for many years now, and this is exactly the way it seemed to me when I first saw it. So, you're pretty lucky, guys. This is just one of the things that you will have at IIBM, I guess. We'll begin the talk now. The one thing I have to manage is time, because you're starting at 1 instead of 12:30. And how many of you would like to stay behind after 1:30? Please raise your hand. My God, what dedication here. Okay, so if you would like to, then I'll continue after 1:32. I hope. So please signal. Even one of you says, "Ab bahut ho gaya yaar." We'll stop at that point of time. Fine? Please signal there. Otherwise, I'll just continue with whatever I have on the agenda. I was just talking to Bhole sir while waiting for you guys or for the session to begin. And one of the things we discussed saying, we come here and Gyani Pandits dole out some words of wisdom and experience, knowing fully well inside, yeah, dunya badal gayi hai. It's not like what we thought it was like. It has changed so significantly, and we are advising people who are seeing the strange new world. Under 25 years of your working life coming are going to be very different from the 25 years of my past life, you know, and I'm going to base my talks based on that. How relevant are these to you? The only consoling thing here is, which is why I'm continuing to come here and talk, humans, just the facade changes. So we are discussing, saying whether kids should be allowed mobile phones or not. And believe me, 5 years from now, I don't know how things will be, whether mobiles will be there or not. But people senior to you by 5, 6 years or 10 years, they have 1-year-old kids, 6-month-old kids, 2-year-old kids, and they are very strict. Funny thing is, they themselves are hooked onto the mobiles for 12 hours a day. I don't know, they don't even time it. But the TV is not going to insist on as long as the kid is awake. भाई तुम सब खा के बैठे हो. We're just discussing, and both of us concurred on one thing, saying that kids' life is full of these mobile devices. By depriving your kid of the opportunity, I can see a few faces in rapt attention. सही बोल रहा है. My parents don't tell me this too even now. Well, that's how it is. That's how it goes on here. Your parents are doing it because they believe this is all bad for you. A number of MBA institutes, including IIBM, I've kind of been teaching things. I said, pull out your mobile and tell me, sir, mobile allowed nahi hai. 2024 is too late. This was happening since 2019 or so. Mobiles allowed nahi hai yaar, kaise jeete hain? What kind of MBAs are you churning out? Will they be able to face the outside world? That world has been using mobiles happily. So in class, for example, if I say some word of which you don't understand the meaning, the first thing I expect is you pull out your mobile and karke figure out what this guy is saying here. Mobile not allowed. Tough life. So anything which I say now in terms of gyan to be given and followed is with this small little clause. The I forget the Latin name they use for this, but it's at your risk. बोल रहा हूँ समझ लो, करना करो या तो खुद की करो. Right? But खुद की is formed by inputs like this. So with that disclaimer, let me begin. Many models of life we all go through, and like with many years of life behind me, there are so many models I've been through. The model which I stick to is the 4 ashrams as defined in the Hindu scriptures. Is any one of you familiar with these? The 4 ashrams? Wonderful. What's your name? Can you tell us in a loud voice? Hopefully, I have the advantage of a mic here. You don't. I have advantage of 2 mics. Yeah, if you can please give it to her. Where are you from? Wow. The hotbed of intellectual.
Sir, I'm Riu Ghosh, Jain sir.
Yes, Jain.
So
Go
I'm
ahead.
Riu Ghosh, and I'm from Kolkata.
Yes.
And the 4 dhams, or we say ashrams, are one in Kanyakumari. Another is
No. I'm not talking of those ashrams. These are 4 stages of life that everyone passes through. No, not that one.
sorry,
Oh, no. So you're talking of 4 dhams.
Yeah,
No. I'm talking of 4 ashrams.
ashrams.
Slightly different in things.
Sorry, sir.
Please sit. No worry. I think we must applaud once Rinu, right? RIU. N is missing. Okay, so one big applause for you here. One big applause after 2 minutes for the guy who stands up now and tells us why we applauded for you. Yes, sir. What's your name? Rishabh. No. The question is changed, sir. The question is, why did we applaud for you? If you'd like to back. Okay, so we'll have your answer slightly later. We'll pass on the thing to the current question. Yes, sir. Wonderful. One round of applause for Rishabh. No, Pranjal. Why did we applaud for Pranjal? See, in placements, like all of you are here for good placements, right? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, there's hardly anyone here for Saraswati. Everybody's here for Lakshmi and long-term Lakshmi. One of the things these recruiters come and see is what I'm seeing from here. You can imagine green and yellow or whatever that color is. I'm very bad at naming colors. So many of them, some 70, 80, 100 applicants. They all look the same here. Slight differences like koi chashma pehna hai, koi somebody has a short hair, somebody has long hair. People wearing ties. Same story. Somebody is wearing specs, somebody is slightly short, somebody is tall. No difference here. How do they find out which candidate to recruit from you guys? Have you ever been hungry and seen a whole, a stack of laddus? What do? You pick a laddu up to eat. You grab a laddu actually. Which laddu among those do you grab? पहले कौन सा? सब कुछ उठा के तो नहीं खाओगे ना? जरा बड़ा दिख रहा है वो. Any other answer? Okay. Most of us give the second answer, which, what's your name? Jayesh. Jayesh gave. He said randomly, यार कोई उठा के लड्डू से मतलब है. But what's your name? Praveen. Praveen's answer is बड़ा वाला जो मिलेगा वो पहले ले लेंगे. Attractive in terms of size. उसके ऊपर वो चांदी का ज़्यादा लगा हुआ है. कोई one काजू is there inside, किशमिश is there, तो वो पहले खा लेंगे. The recruiter is exactly in the same situation. So many laddus यार. हाँ सब अच्छे हैं यार. खाना मेरे को एक है because I've got a command to select one person right now. Which laddu do you think will be picked up? Now those laddus have a active mind here. Would a laddu like to be picked up? What is it doing in terms of ensuring that he is picked up, he or she is picked up? Please sit, please sit. You keep standing, sir. I'm sorry, I hope it's not much of trouble for you, yeah. If you are those laddus, would you like to be the one chosen to eat? How will you ensure that you are the one going to be chosen? What's your name again? Nisha. Tanisha. One round of applause for Tanisha. You guys are just good, too good. Why? Why does she deserve this applause? She answered. वो तो पहले रिव्यू का हो गया. बाकी सब चुप बैठे थे. हाँ पता नहीं यार पिक्चर चालू है, अभी हीरो आएगा तो आएगा, नहीं आएगा तो विलन भागेगा, क्या पता नहीं, क्या जो होगा देखा जाएगा. There are some people who take initiative. That's what Ryu did. But your name again? Tanisha. Why is Tanisha? You applauded, right? So why do you applaud? Because I tell you to applaud? Or you feel that something has happened with her, so she deserves an applause? Yes. And she stood up and gave it. She said, I want to give it. So, Ryu plus Rishabh plus, not Rishabh, you are Rishabh, right? Pranjal plus 3-4 things put together. Note, she is the fourth candidate to be selected. So, they get selected too. It's not that because she comes up, she came later. So, these are some lessons in life you got to learn. Please sit. You keep standing. Repeat your answer to everyone. Absolutely, you said it. So, how do you stand out of a crowd? Please sit now. Fantastic answer. You guys are just good there. हमारी ज्ञान level similar है. How do you stand out? What's your plan? You achieved something, right? You got admission into IIBM. You must have, so maybe 10 people applied, only 2 got. So you stood out in some way. How did you stand out? Is there a global answer to how do you stand out in a crowd of candidates? Is there a global answer? Please. Nice answer. But I'm not now going to ask for applause. Not because you are bad, but because otherwise we'll spend time on that applause thing here. Isliye. Nice answer, but not fully correct. Yes. Please sit, please sit. How does one take initiative? See, it's very, taking initiative is a very global thing. I say, sir, please take initiative. No, what is he expected to do? Stand up, sit down, turn left, turn right. What? How do you take initiative? Self development skill making your personality is nothing to do with standing up here, standing out. But जो पहले आपने कहा, that was dot. Please sit. I'm not here to tell you how to stand out. कभी कुछ coaching करेंगे, we'll have mentors like him and so on. They will tell you, we can't really afford it. So I'll have to kind of suppress the answers now, unless you have a very different outstanding one. Do you have one? Vijay.
You have said that we all are same here for you and for the recruiters also. But we stand beyond the limits. It's what the recruiter wants from us. It's what we give to them.
I have some bad news for you early in the morning at 1:30 in the afternoon. The recruiter is least sure of what he wants. He is just like you 5 years from now. Totally confused about life. पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है यार. Boss कुछ बोल रहा है, कुछ हो रहा है. करना क्या है पता नहीं यार.
Sir, but the recruiter knows that what the company wants.
No, that's what I'm telling you. That's what your juniors who are like possibly in graduation right now are thinking about you. MBA में कैसा घुसते हैं इनको पता है यार. See, you got admission, she got admission. Aren't you pretty confused about why you came into IIBM? Why did you get selected here? That's how life is here. No. Those recruiters don't know this much also really how they are what they want from you. They want you to stand out. That is one thing for certain. But what you want? So please sit. One of the most outstanding answers I got, paucity of time, we'll not really take it, is, sir, interview me for example, how do you stand out? One of the answers, right or wrong, it will definitely make you stand out. Sir, before I say good morning, sit down and all, what's your name? हो गया. I stand up, strip and do a cabaret. जिंदगी भर याद रखेगा मेरे को. मेरा नाम भूलेगा, सब कुछ भूलेगा. Like he won't, like that will haunt him for many nights to come. रात को he'll dream, बड़ा हाथी आ गया कैबरे कर रहा है. There are ways of standing out. Are you trying any of them? Think about it. One thing is certain, that you got to stand out. There is a 1920s movie called Grease. Anyone heard of it or seen it? So in 1920s, the youth of the day also wanted to stand out like you guys. And one of them came out with an idea. He kind of applied a lot of grease, which is why it was called Grease. And the hairstyle was like this. It would come like this and then go up like this. Everyone that age, all boys in a sense, had exactly that hairstyle. Who's standing out? Pretty standing out concept, na? So, very difficult question when you ask it to yourself and it affects your life. मेरा टाइम निकल गया, अभी तो हो गया है. But it's going to affect your life. You better have an answer to that. You got to stand out. Not by doing a cabaret. Because he will remember you for life. You will stand out like mad. He will go and talk about you to 20 other venues which will again, viral it out. But it wouldn't get you a job. So you got to stand out and stand out in certain ways. Someone said, you got to figure out what the recruiter wants and stand out that way. A tough life. How do you find out what the recruiter wants? Yeah, somebody had a hand up. Yes, ma'am. Yes, absolutely. Kaushali, right? Koshani. Kaushani. Fantastic point you have raised. I mean, I didn't ask a question to which you're answering, but that is absolutely correct. And not only that, I would stretch it a little bit beyond. Don't fall for peer pressure. You should be the one creating that peer pressure. You know, I wear one left side का sleeve ऊपर करके रखता हूँ. Ensure that 20 guys tomorrow we should do that because they are going to follow me. Peer pressure तो हो गया. Now if somebody doesn't, वो तो ऐसे क्या करके रखा है? Who created that peer pressure? You. Absolutely one fantastic point there. Don't fall to peer pressure of the wrong kind. Most of the peer pressure is of the wrong kind. Please sir. Couple of other hands were up. I'm sorry, we'll take him first. Because poor guy has been standing for too long. Yes, sir.
So there are four ashramas mentioned in our Hindu text. So first one is brahmacharya, second one is grahastha, third one is vanprasth, and fourth one is sannyas.
Fantastic. What do they mean?
So for brahmacharya, it means for the taking of education, groom your skills, and to grow up as a man or as a mature person. Second one is grahast, where you have to continue your life by marrying and to give your offspring in the for the next generation. Third one is vanprastha, which is approximately the age was also divided from 0 to 25, 25 to 50, 50 to 75 age, which is also known as vanprastha, where you start practicing about to take sannyas for your next stage of your life, where you are going to leave the house and totally live in the isolation, where you can prap moksha or nirvana. And the last stage is sannyas, where you totally leave off, cut off the worldly life, all your relation with the worldly relations, and then go on the path of your own self development and self salvation.
Fantastic here. The problem with MBAs is, we had this knowledge, the knowledge that he gave, plus much more around that. He had very short time to describe things for centuries. But what do we learn in MBA? Maslow's need hierarchy. How many of you know what that is? Please tell us quickly. While you keep standing, sir, because it's a parallel to what you said.
Maslow's needs of hierarchy are basically divided into 5 groups, which is the basic needs, the psychological needs, then the second one was the psychological. Third one was the social needs, then the egoistic needs, and the last one,
Self-actualization. 5, 4. 200-year-old model, but that's what we learn in MBA because MBAs came from the US. MBA curriculum came from the US. Please sit. Rishabh, I think I'm going to do an applause for you. Very well stated and very cogent and very nicely put. Thank you. Now you can sit. So we all started this, shuffling around the ball with the thing that my personal belief is in this particular model, and I am transitioning from the Grihasthashram into the Vanaprasthashram. You guys are on the anvil. You are on the threshold of stepping from. You didn't understand what Rishabh said. Brahmacharya into Grihasthashram. Please note that these two ashrams are very radically apart in their duties that you are supposed to be doing. What's your duty in Grihasthashram? Yeah. Money, prestige, sex, building up a family, building up a society, and contributing to them while getting some returns for doing that. So you do a job primarily because of that. You want the money, you want a salary. You also want your prestige to go up. These are the needs of the Grihasthashram. A person that age, when I talk to and he says, "Sir, kuch guide karo," I tell him saying, "Dunya kya hai? Kuch nahi hai." Because that's the stage I am at. I'm giving away. I'm kind of relinquishing my ego needs. Very wrong. So at your age, you should not be at all thinking ज्ञान के लिए ज्ञान, सरस्वती पूजन मान. No. I mean, that is good. That's what your idea is. But you should be getting gyan for what? To step into the second stage. At this stage particularly, you have 5-year-old, 10-year-old, you have a long way to go before you reach this stage. Now, you actually are, there is no sharp, like, on your 20th birthday or 25th birthday, it happens. No. Around that time, the shift starts happening. So, when you do an internship, you say, sir, stipend milega kya? Why do you ask for a stipend? इज्जत. पैसा तो आ रहा है, बाप से बहुत आ रहा है यार, वो दैट इज नॉट अ बिग इशू. बट द इज्जत, 25,000 स्टाइपेंड मिल रहा है इसको यार, क्या हाँ, यू रिमेंबर हिम फॉर लाइफ. इज्जत उसकी बढ़ गई. दैट इज द टाइम. दिस इज नॉट अ स्टूडेंट्स ड्यूटी, इट इज द गृहस्थाश्रम्स ड्यूटी. गृहस्थ ड्यूटी है ये, टू अर्न इज्जत, टू अर्न मनी, टू अर्न all these worldly pleasures. But you are in transition. So please remember this. You have to accumulate gyan for being ready to enter into the Grihasthashram and perform well there. So this is the investment part of it. And the consumption part of it is always there. Saying, for some reason she's, no, I'm just pointing to a random she, is no particular person, has great interest in figuring out how asteroids are named or how comets are named. क्या करेगा इससे यार? I've been asked by many guys when I'm teaching quantitative management, सर पाइथागोरस थ्योरम माथा पच्ची करी 1 साल नहीं 3 साल, कहाँ यूज करेंगे सर? So there is a lot of knowledge you acquire and you are doing your duty. You are acquiring knowledge without asking, where am I going to use this? For the first till graduation time. PG time, it's about time you start thinking about where will I use this. Because you have limited time, limited wherewithal, limited intelligence, limited capacity to ingest knowledge. You start prioritizing, and each one of you will prioritize differently towards acquiring things for Grihasthashram. Make sense? How many of you want a placement at your hometown? Those who are coming from big cities, छोटे गांव का तो है, उसको बॉम्बे जाना है, दिल्ली जाना है. Just okay, just the ladies, okay, a couple of guys. Why, sir? Thank you. Is that your duty now? Then why are you looking for placement there? Do work for some 15 years, 20 years, grow somewhere, and then, then move back to your hometown. अभी क्यों hometown जाना है? Your growth opportunities will be highly stinted. You are looking for that. As you enter the Grihasthashram, you take something which is meant for the Vanaprasthashram. Settle down होना है यार. Settle down होने की उम्र नहीं है यार. Go travel. टिम्बुक्टू में मिला ना, जॉब कर लिया. No problems. Grow there. Earn ijjat. It's going to be difficult, for the guy apparently who's got his got a designation called what's the designation called? Executive assistant to an MD or VP or whatever. Executive assistant, matlab literally the dog in front of his thing. Junior guys, AVPs and VPs will come to you. भाई मेरा वो proposal सर ने देखा क्या? अभी नहीं, अभी टाइम नहीं है, अब परसों. औकात है तुम्हारी यार, but you become a gatekeeper. And you feel good because the salary you get is great. And you are sitting right next to the VPs and all that. They are all sitting here and you are sitting right there in that block. Every day in the lift, you say 9th floor. 9th floor? Wow. उम्र क्या है? 9th floor पहुंच गया. That's an executive assistant. Instead, you join as a HR executive or a marketing executive or whatever. Which of them is a better option? Are you looking for growth or are you looking for a big option right now? An executive assistant, the longer he stays that, the worse things get. He's used to people coming and saying, sir, jara de do na unko. It's like a purchase manager's job as against a marketing guy's job. There's no value addition. I mean, the value addition is very low for you personally. Growth kuch nahi hai. Of course, there are exceptions, but I'm not talking of exceptions. Please sit, sir. So, moral of the story, you're transitioning from, जोर से बोलो, तो ब्रह्मचर्य में क्या करना चाहिए? Learn, बस उतना ही एक छोटा काम दिया है. Learn two kinds of things. One is concepts which are in your head, how the world works and all that. वो concepts दिमाग में घुसाओ. और दूसरा skills. करके दिखाओ यार. So when I passed out of this premium Indian Institute of Technology and all that, I can confess, and I confessed those days also, saying I'm a mechanical engineer. Bonnet कैसा खोलते गाड़ी का मेरे को frankly पता नहीं यार. I can tell you whether it's a 4-cycle Carnot engine or a 3-cycle Carnot engine. But I don't know how to open the bonnet. फायदा क्या हुआ? Which is why, but again, I had a countervailing compensating skill myself. I could wire the entire wiring structure of my house. I did and read it over times. कहीं तो skill is absolutely essential. Digital marketing is a subject that many of you will possibly plunk in for, and it will appear very low end. यार ये कानूनी चपरासी है यार. What is this? I get a list and I have to send out some content and I have to send that out. You know, what is this? Sir, who generates the list? As an MBA, you should be the one generating the list. But in generating a list, तो मैं भी करूँ, ठीक है कर दिया. आगे क्या? Should I send an email? Should I send a WhatsApp? Create a group and just pack it off there? Or should I have some things have gone way beyond that now in the digital marketing industry? Should I approach Google and say, whenever you sense somebody having an interest in my 1, 2, 3, 4, some themes you give him, please send out this ad. You don't even know who it is going to. That's where digital marketing is reached here. Anyone seen this Netflix documentary called, what's the Steve Jobs movie? Sorry? No. The other one. The social dilemma was the one. I think this is called a social network. I always confuse between the two. Come again? Facebook. I'm sorry, I said Steve Jobs. Thank you. That was Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, thank you for correcting me. One applause for you. Sir, what's your name? Rohit. Tali bajao bhai. And without Tali, anyone want to volunteer? Why are we applauding for him? He corrected me. There's one strong belief which we have grown in primary school particularly. Please sit, sir. I'm the teacher. चुप बैठ के notes लिखो. 3 + 5 27. रट्टो. एग्जाम में पूछा 3 + 7 और 3 + 5 27. Because we've been told that's how the world works. Now, slight difference. You're shifting to a very different thing. Learning. Everything you start challenging. When I say 2 + 5 is 7, you say why? Prove करो. कैसा करता है? क्यों करता है? Not your duty when you are a kid, 10 years old, 7 years old. So you're doing the right thing. Now, your age is such that you are on transition. So start thinking those things. You got to say it very respectfully, but you have to say, sir, Mr. Boss, ऐसा करेंगे ना तो there is a problem possibly coming up. It is like this will happen and that's a risk. You have to say it very nicely and diplomatically and all that stuff. You don't have to say, "Hey, गधा है तेरे को किसने boss बनाया?" I mean, you'll get kicked out the next instant. But you got to do this. Otherwise, you're not learning. Okay, the theory of learning, we'll have it in a different workshop someday as to how things happen and why things happen. So learning is what you are on to right now. What are you wanting to learn? What should you learn? You should learn how to sell a pen. You should learn how to wear a sari. You should learn how to put a a double knot tie. Those things you should be learning, right? Are those the things you should be learning? There's only one thing you should be learning, and mark me, this sounds very nice, to say. It's damn difficult to do, and it's even more difficult to understand why you should do this. Please learn to learn. बच्चे थे तो you didn't have the capacity. Now you have the capacity to do this. You know how to learn? Anyone here? You've been having what 20 years of learning here. अभी तक पता नहीं learn कैसे करते हैं? Surely somebody will raise the hand, I hope. One hand right at the bottom of the hall. Oh no, not you. At the last end, him first. We'll take your view too. Despite sitting on the last bench, he is answering. So that's ताली नहीं बजाएंगे, but virtual
Jains.
ताली है.
Jain sir, my name is Syed Khaibar Ali. Sir, we learn when we start learning from our mistakes. Whatever we are doing, whatever we try to learn, we make mistakes. And when we learn from our mistakes or from other mistakes, what other people are doing, so then we learn. So,
Then why are you learning how to put on a tie, how to wear a sari, how to sell finance mein, how to calculate NPV? Why are you learning all that if this is what you're supposed to learn?
no, sir, that's a curricular thing we learn. We are learning.
Okay. Normally, thank you. IIBM has this nice habit. 3 people quickly come on to in the middle there. 3 people. Boys, girls, everything. 3 boys, no girls. पकड़ो. Oops. Please sit on your seats with your toffees, whatever. Did these people learn anywhere how to catch toffees thrown at them? Then how could they do it? They have learned. I'm not going to teach how to learn here. We have very little time for that. It's a pretty big issue. But the interesting thing was, the guy who put his hand in the middle, though he wasn't the volunteer. Who was that? What's your name? ये आपको प्राइस के हिसाब से. I was hoping one of you guys will, kind of put that in there. चलो ठीक ही है. Why did I throw toffees at you? Did you learn anything from it? What were you learning from it? अभी 10 मिनट पहले मैंने बोला सही जवाब है तो यही जवाब हो गया हर चीज़ को. What opportunity was anybody grabbing? You're grabbing a chocolate there. बड़ी बड़ी बात. Nice thing to say for MBAs there. Big words. But what were you learning? Were you really learning how to grab opportunities? I said 2-3 people and they were nominated to receive those chocolates. Even if they fell down, they would pick it up. No problems. So what opportunity are they grabbing? The only opportunity they have grabbed is they volunteered and came there. What were they learning? Were they learning anything? Were you guys learning anything when you picked those toffees? No? The girls particularly performed not too well. Guys got the toffees almost 100%, right? In fact, 120% because of name? Aniket. फेंके 100 लेकिन इन्होंने 20 पकड़ लिए 20 में. Why did the girls not perform well? Why did the guys perform well? Sorry? They have learned already in the past and the girls haven't. Where did they learn? Girls don't?
It's a habit. It's the burst and the instant reaction. The chocolate and
2024 में ये सुनना बड़ा खराब लगता है. And girls, are not all that physically capable of, with that alacrity. That's not the answer. Please sit. Thanks for attempting it anyway. Boys, they say भाई उनको तो पता नहीं तो इसलिए नहीं पकड़ा. Where did you learn to catch chocolates? बॉल पकड़ना सीखा और चॉकलेट पकड़ लिया. How? Because the skill required is more or less the same, right? So in class, when you learn how to calculate NPV of something, अभी हुआ कि कुछ क्लास नहीं हुआ अभी तक ना. induction है. But okay, graduation level at least you would have heard the term NPV. Or what are the 4 sales techniques to adopt? And you are learning that. Are you learning that? No, which is why you have internships. Whatever you have done here, you go and practice it there. जब तक ये वो नहीं किया तब तक ये कुछ नहीं किया. जब तक ये बॉल नहीं पकड़ा तब तक ये चॉकलेट नहीं पकड़ेगा. Principle is correct, only application is wrong. I don't know why girls in 2024, 20-year-old girls are not catching balls or catching things, not playing in sports. पता नहीं क्यों यार, लेकिन if that is so then it is very bad. Please sit, sir. Does anyone know how to learn to learn? You have to learn not catching a toffee, not doing a particular sum. Yes, sir.
Sir, Jai Hind, sir. My name is Anshu Shukla. Sir, for learning, just an example, the boy learned catching because they created interest in cricket and catching.
He learned catching
Yeah,
sometime
first,
earlier.
because he has interest in it. If he created interest in it. If we want to learn something, we have to create an interest, and we need to
See his face. Today evening, at least 20 of these are going to come and kill you here. What do you mean? We are not interested in sports? क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
No, sir. Means boys are more interested in sports than girls.
ये लो.
So why did you catch?
You are lucky that they are just, moaning here. They would be coming and killing you if you say such things. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. There are 20 boys here who are least interested in sports of the physical kind. वो ठीक है. Now we'll come back to the original thing. How do you learn to learn? Yeah. बहुत global infinity kind of ये हुआ, very good MBA, but
Hello.
I don't know how we will be able to implement that. Okay, please sit. Guys who, yeah. Okay, I don't know how you modeled it, but you uttered the correct word. I threw a chocolate at him, another one at him, another one at him. I didn't even throw one at him, but he caught it. That was all practice. Maybe he tried to catch it, but he might have dropped it. Practice. So there is a 7-step mantra to achieve anything, including the tough art of learning how to learn. The first one is practice. Second one is लो यार ये तो ग्रेजुएशन लेवल के सब नोट्स लिखने चालू हो गए. What is second one? I'm not going to tell you. Make better use of your time here than just submitting reports. What's the second one? Practice. Now you'll all tell me what is the third one. Practice. 7 क्यों बोला? 20 बोल देते. अच्छा नंबर है 7. Please sit, man. Practice, 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 practice. Now what do you practice? If you want to learn volleyball, what do you practice? Volleyball. If you want to learn, then what do you practice? Learning. So you learn NPV, you learn whatever, accounting principles, you learn marketing, selling techniques, funnel management. You are not, the objective behind learning funnel management, sales funnel management I'm talking of, is not to learn sales funnel management. That is a छोटा objective. वो भूल जाओगे, वो भूल गए, नहीं जाओगे तो वैसे भी कोई काम नहीं आने वाला है. Because what you learn here is not necessarily going to be there on the field for you. But in the process of learning sales management or funnel management or NPV or something, you are learning how to learn. Within 5 seconds after I finish my question, please tell me what will you individually do if you all know Brownian motion in physics? Brownian motion नहीं पता है. Atoms and molecules in this gas are all randomly going around here and there. The oxygen molecules in this hall, for some reason, suddenly decide to go to that corner. All of them concentrate there, no oxygen out here. Now, what will you do? One, two, run to that place, run to that place, run out of the hall. 3 people volunteered out of so many. A weird question which never happened in life has come in front of them, and within 5 seconds you have to answer. How would you answer this? You would answer this if only you knew how to learn to learn. In New York, some 30 years ago or something, there was a power outage for 11 minutes. You guys are still kind of bred in India where you don't have too many power cuts. There was a time when we were your age, there used to be some power some days. I still remember I joined Wipro after IIM, Calcutta, Chaurangi. What is the name of that building? I don't know. Do you remember the very tall building, 20-story building in Chaurangi Lane? On Park Street, yeah. What's the name of that building? Some pretty big. Chatterjee Complex. Yeah, Chatterjee something. Yes, that's perfect. That was the building where we had our office on the 17th floor. And every day, we used to do this. And then, at times on days, there would be a line in front of the that receptionist's table. We guys used to line up sometimes. What were we lining up there for? आज फोन चालू है ओए फटाफट कर ले कॉल तो वी आर थिंकिंग तो एक कॉल क्या ना बाजू हटा भाई हम विल गो राउंड रॉबिन एंड ऑल दैट फोन चालू है कैन यू इमेजिन यू कैंट इमेजिन बिकॉज वेल यू आर ऑल what happens if the magnetic poles of the earth reverse their polarity or change their polarity by a few degrees? This is a real physics problem people have anticipated and have answers to. Nothing will work, all your electronics will go fut. Can you live without electronics in 2024? What happens? The human race dies. Science fiction comes in, a lot of nice stories around it. What will you do? If you haven't learned how to learn, you would be stunned. Like a deer, when you passing the road, crossing the road, and suddenly there's a headlight come on. The guy is stunned, he should run away, right? There's a car coming at 80 kmph. The guy should run away, cross the street and run away. He just stands there stunned and gets hit. If you don't learn how to learn, that's what happens to us very often in life. A problem which we never learned. सर ये तो हमको MBA में सिखाया नहीं MBA में क्या कहीं नहीं सिखाते यार You don't know how to learn. If you knew how to learn, you should quickly adapt yourself to that situation which was totally unforeseen. You don't drink alcohol. Your boss says, आज दारू पार्टी है यू मस्ट ऑल अटेंडेंस इज कंपल्सरी क्या करोगे बॉयज हैव एन आंसर टू इट आई विल शिफ्ट माई हैबिट I mean, why won't girls have that same answer? I don't know. But anyway, have you thought of these things? Unforeseen circumstances. Your 25 years of working life henceforth is totally unforeseen. Do not believe anybody like me or him with white hair saying, I'll tell you what problem you will face and I'll tell you the solution to those problems. Nothing will happen of that kind. How many of you know what is the breakfast you will have day after tomorrow? Nobody यार इतना छोटा सा बात नहीं पता है तो क्या लाइफ की करियर की लेके बैठे हो सर तो क्या करना चाहिए 2 options stun stare at that बड़ी क्या बोलते उसको headlamp and the other one is वही ऐसा हुआ क्या learned I know how to react in this situation. Are you able to do that at speed? You would if you have done this before. Which is why you should look at all weird jobs to do in your internships, in your projects. Something like that. और उससे बॉल से तो कैच खेलते हैं इतना सब अभी चॉकलेट हो गया तो ठीक है अडॉप्ट कर लिया वेरी इजी फॉर हिम बिकॉज यू हैड लर्नड दैट स्किल यू डोंट नो विच स्किल then better learn how to learn so that in that very short time you have, which nature gives you to respond to a totally unforeseen problem, you can still find your solution to it and react. 90% times you'll be right, 10% times you'll be wrong. 50% times you'll be right, 50% wrong. Definitely the other option being 0% times you're right. 100% of time you are dead. Good. Okay. So I've got my signal saying you all assured that you'd like to stay beyond 1:30. It's almost 1:50 now. So I will condense some of this. You can take notes. Next point is know yourself. We don't know ourselves. I'm not talking philosophically here. मैं कौन हूँ, मैं कहाँ हूँ, अहम ब्रह्मास्मि. अरे वो सब ठीक है यार. Huh? Yeah, aham brahmasmi, then what is the rest of the world doing here? She's also saying aham brahmasmi, I am also saying aham brahmasmi, then I've got two brahmas. And so if that is so, then what the heck, then finally it comes down to philosophy ki chhod do. If you are wanting to be an HR manager someday, that's your career goal right now, are you fit for it? Are you working towards it? So do you know yourself? Do you have some family background? Do you have some history background in terms of that kind of work? Etc., etc., etc. I'm not saying you don't know, but you should know. Know your friends. Peer pressure. If you have good friends, peer pressure is good. वो मैंने चैप्टर 17, 18, 19 कर दिया. ओए व्हाट द हेक यार, मैं तो 16 पे अटका हूँ अभी. Good peer pressure. Because you are actually getting peer pressure to move you in the direction you want to move. Know your friends. There are some friends. अच्छी है यार, दोस्त है मेरी, लेकिन अच्छी है यार, कुछ आता नहीं है. Every time she comes to me and I tell her something. Or no, she always makes me treat her to a cup of tea because वो पैसा नहीं खर्चा करना चाहती है. ठीक है, दोस्त है. No problems. Do I know her? Yes, I know her. Do you think she's going to harm me in my priorities? I hope I know my priorities. We said that. First, know your priorities. Know yourself. The biggest thing today is know your enemies. In marketing language, it's called competition. In HR language also, it's called competition. In finance language, it is called the government. Know your enemy. I'll quickly tell you a story, if you have not heard it before. The story about the hare and the tortoise. How many of you have not heard it before? किसी ने नहीं सुना है? Why? My question was, how many of you have not heard of it? How many of you have heard of this? Very few. And I'm sure you haven't heard the second story of the hare and the tortoise. Second part of the story. That is the first part. So a hare and a rabbit, a tortoise and a rabbit decide to race. Whoever goes and touches that particular tree and wins. So the hare obviously jumps and goes ahead a couple of kilometers. So he's pretty soon going to be there. He says, यार थोड़ा बैठते आराम करते हैं, कछुआ तो पीछे से, I don't know. He goes to sleep, and what happens is the कछुआ धीरे धीरे consistently plods. Moral of the story? Slow and steady wins the race. आगे का पता नहीं है अभी. The hare says, shit, पागल हूँ यार मैं. The tortoise won this race. He tells the tortoise, this time we'll race, and I'm not going to sleep this time. 5 minutes I'll reach there and then I'll sleep there after having won the race. And he wins the race. Next story. The tortoise, if you are the tortoise, what would you do? He says, sir, let us race again. Not that tree, this tree. Because इस tree को जाने के लिए बीच में there is a river. And the hare can't swim. Know your enemy. Know yourself. And implement that in real life. Guess who wins that race? The hare within no time is at the bank of the river. This fellow plots, comes, and this guy is wondering what to do next, and the fellow crosses over. Next story. They say, ये पागलपन है यार. We know we are all plus minus and all that. Just for the fun of it, just for the achievement of it, let us both go together and do the same thing. Touch that tree, which is like 30 kilometers far away, across the river. The hare carries the tortoise till the river, the tortoise carries the hare inside of the river, reverse, and within a fraction of the original times that they had, they reach there. Collaboration. Converting friends into enemies, enemies into friends. The last one is the key one. The hare. So people say, यार ये सब तुम नाटक तमाशा प्राइवेट में किए. Let's do it in public. वीडियो लेके आते हैं चैनल वाले सब. The hare says, I will not race. And if you want to say that, I'm afraid of losing to a tortoise, be it so, that's your belief. But I will not race. Principles say. Any idea why? Yes, ma'am. Why? Well, you have the direction right. Just thoda socho to you will hit the destination too. Please sit. If I win a race with a tortoise, what will people say? कछुए के साथ रेस जीता क्या बकबक कर रहा है, मैं क्या महान काम किया. And if I lose the race with the tortoise, there are only two possibilities, right? The second possibility, if I lose that race, what will people say? Either way, I win or lose. Either way I lose. Why would I want to participate in a race in which either way I will only lose? लिखा हुआ है कि I'm going to lose. सही है? Okay, there are some 7 or 8 stories after that. I'm going to cut time and build into, there are things which I'm going to skip, paucity of time. One key thing, and after that I will have one more trick and then we'll stop. So we'll stop at roughly 2:15. Is that okay with you guys? Yes, we will play a game. I will want 2 volunteers, girls, boys, anything is welcome. And I will want somebody to volunteer me a sheet of paper. Can I use this? Schedule for today because it's over already, or maybe there's a sheet of paper here.
Is there anything else? Is there anything else?
No, this is all I need. Thank you. Wonderful. Both of you have a role to play. Face them. Tear that sheet of paper into as many pieces as you want, the way you want to do it. कितने भी टुकड़े बनाओ. And you can show it to them. And I want one guy to compete with me. A guy in the sense, any of you. Girls or boys. And this is the star performer. Quickly hand up. यार कैसे हो यार? हाथ ऊपर कर लेते हैं. अच्छा देखा नहीं मैंने. आप गलत जगह थे. आइए सर. What's your name? Sahil. Sai. Sai and I are going to play this game right in front of you. How are you at quanti? Mathematics and stuff. How is your eyesight? Very bad mathematics. That's one big myth. We should crack it someday. Come here, Sai. सबके सामने हम दोनों खेलने वाले हैं. One of us will win, one of us will lose. Have you done your job of tearing into as many pieces? Now, between the two of you, धीरे से उनको दिखा, बाकी किसको ना दिखा, मेरे को भी नहीं दिखा. सुनो. Listen to the full thing. Show the pieces to him. You can pick as many pieces as you want away from it and put it in the pocket. You can pick no piece at all. You can pick all of them if you wish. जो भी है. Preferably keep some pieces. है ना तो game अच्छा नहीं होगा. ठीक है, serial में बताते हैं ना कि ऐसा जवाब दो. Are you done? Have you made a lot of pieces? Good. We don't watch. We are playing the game. हो गया? Have you kept it in your pocket? Can you see it? सही? Can you see his pocket? अंदर में नहीं है, transparent नहीं है. चलो. There are still some pieces in your hand. Please guard them very carefully. Don't show it to us. ऐसा करके बंद करो. ऐसा. Yes. Fully covered. No, both of us can't see it. Sai, please step here. What's your name? Utsavi. Utsavi is going to give us one opportunity for 3 seconds. Right, Sai? The two of us will get 3 seconds. She will open her hands like this shake it a little bit like this, and within 3 seconds, you count your 3, close it, and then turn the other way. Fine? Objective of the game, we will guess a number. The number, one of us will guess a number which is closer to the actual, he will win. Right? I will be the first one to guess. Fine by you, sir? You can independently guess. I mean, मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ इससे कोई ये नहीं है. Whatever you can say. You want to rearrange? Please go ahead. वही इस तरफ देख लो. पहले झटके में अच्छा काम करना चाहिए यार. No rework. सही, they are done. You shout and tell us, start, open, 1, 2, 3, shut. सही, you're watching. Okay. Both of us, have you seen the... Wonderful. Utsav, you are a great game coordinator. You going for HR or something? Go for marketing then. Go for finance actually. A lot of good games at the top there. So, and you should be the sutradhar. Okay, so my guess first. I'll just say, so there's no writing down for all of you will remember what I say, right? कोई झूठ नहीं बोलना, मैंने जो बोला वही बोलना. 4 is my guess. Now, just quickly, while he's guessing, you can show it to everyone, just like that, दिखा दो. Yes, sir, your guess. 8. Who wins? Are you sure? Is there a small chance that I win? Sorry? It will be after counting, yes. But is there a small chance that I will win? That there are 6 pieces or 5 pieces in her hand? Then I'll win. There is a chance that was a laga ki kafi hai lekin wo 5 hi hai sir. There's a chance, right? He is leaving that much chance for me to win. What should his answer have been? 5. Wonderful, you guys are good strategists to be here. Why? Why was 8 a wrong answer? In fact, did you really believe there are 8 pieces there? You can now open it out like this and just show him. You said 8, sir? You want to change your answer? Sure. 30 bolte तो अच्छा रहता. Why is 5 the right answer? Whereas if he says 8, which is what he said, there is a small leeway he is leaving for his competition to come and kill him. Small probability, but दुनिया में कुछ भी हो सकता है. Those pieces, it looked like, yeah, there are more. He lost track of the objective. Did you, sir? क्या था objective? How to win the game? What is the objective? What is the objective of the game? To win the game, what do I have to do? You have forgotten that? No. Game का objective क्या था? For us, how do we win the game? To guess a number which is closer to the actual than the competitor. But the objective, as we are running, his mind, थोड़ा सा history के हिसाब से, he's a perfectionist. He says he's bad at maths, but that doesn't mean he's bad at counting. I hope so. Yep. Objective थोड़ा सा change हो गया दिमाग में. The objective became to try to guess the exact number. हो गया? Which is why I asked him, saying, actually you believed it was 8? He said, नहीं थोड़ा ज़्यादा लगा लेकिन 8 बोल दिया. But ठीक है, but 8 was like his actual number का guess. When we are running, we lose track of the objective and we run because we are running. Once in a while, get up, stand on take a 2-second break, climb a tree or a pole, look where you are going and where is the competitor and so on, and then come down and start running again. Thank you, sir. Sai, for playing your game, and I think this you deserve here. Along with a very strong statement, you are not bad in maths. not because of the game, I know for sure. Something I'm skipping, we will have the last piece of whatever, Gyan. Please occupy your seats. Have an objective. Have a set of objectives. Don't lose track of them while you're running. ये तो हो गया. There is a saying, philosophers say and all these motivation speakers say that wish for something and the world will conspire for that to happen. How many of you believe that? Nobody believes that, na? Hey, बोलने का बात है, बकवास है. Actually, some people believing that, very innocent, nice people, they actually believe such things. That if I do something, let me prove with an example that is how excellent top grade marketing, top grade finance, top grade HR is done. Wish for something, mostly on behalf of a client, but chalega, even if it's for yourself. And the world will actually, something will happen और आपका विश ट्रू हो जाएगा. उसके लिए आपको करना पड़ता है कुछ. यह नहीं कि विश कर दिया और बैठे यार, कॉमेंट देख लिया मैंने, चलो अभी बैठा हूँ. No. Shall we do that? How many of you play cards? Old times this was not a problem. New times it's a problem because people don't know what cards are. How many of you have seen this thing before? You know what it is? Please come, ma'am. What's your name again? Tanisha. Please certify to all of them that this is indeed a regular pack of cards. कोई खास नहीं है उसमें. Why don't you come over? What's your name? Shiva. एक ऐसा है, no, I don't know, the positioning is such that I'm standing here or humanly we just look in the front, so I seem to be choosing girls. Don't worry, I'll come to the boys too once in a while. Certified random pack of cards, regular pack of cards. 52 है, गिनना है, गिन लो. गिन लो, आपको गिनना है बिल्कुल. हाँ तो जोकर्स बाहर निकाल के 52 प्लस 3 जोकर्स 55. निकालना है निकाल लो, ना निकालना है ना निकालो. What is your name again? SHIVA. What Shiva will do is pull one card to your wish. You can see them, whatever. तब तक मैं उस तरफ देखूंगा. Pick a card that you wish. You look at it, don't show other people. ठीक है? Now show it to everyone. I will use my famous sheet of paper. I'm doing this after a few years. I've lost track. Give me the cards. I'll require some fresh people. You guys sit there. Thank you for this much contribution. Keep it there. Keep it there. No worry. Thanks. One boy, please. One girl. Come. Running. Ab time nahi hai to say all the niceties. She is certified. We'll take her certificate as still valid. That this is indeed a regular pack of cards. Right? What's your name? Diksha and Rohit. Okay. Diksha, come over here. Pick one card quickly. Rohit, hold the rest of the cards. Unfortunately, this was like a corner, shady corner, but at least some people have seen things. कोई गड़बड़ दिखा? नहीं? All good? Please stand here. While I do my homework, you do yours. Show it to everyone. Actually, sequence गड़बड़ कर दिया मैंने. पहले ही करना था. चलो कोई बात नहीं. Keep it in the pocket. Keep it in the pocket. I should have done this before, but doesn't matter. I hope you forgive me for that. flush the card and just shuffle the cards. You have the card with you still? Give it to him. Shuffle it. All of you have it in your memory? You are the universe. I have wished that my client would pull one particular card out. And she has pulled that card out. You want proof? Show them the chitty. I was wishing this. So how did we do this? Client को पूछा भी तुम्हें कौन सा कार्ड लेना है आप ले लो. But I was wishing that she would pull this card out. That is the best financial return she'll get, the best thing that will happen to her. She's my client after all. So I have to do that for her. So I wished a particular thing and did something. What did I do? I prayed to the universe. And what did the universe do? Did my wish come true? How many of you have a wish? At least one. One wish. Everyone has, no? You want it to come true? You know what to do now? Pray to the universe. Now that was not the only thing I did. I also did something else. I'm telling you I did something else. खुद किया तभी तो बना. Just pray to the universe and sit tight, कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. As to what I did is my professional skill. I will not tell you that right now. You build up your professional skills and do things. For example, in finance, in the trade share markets, there is something called shorting. What is the recent scam that Adani की इसमें वो company कौन सा था वो auditor company? Hindenburg. Any of you followed the Hindenburg episode? Hindenburg followed that strategy of shorting, which means you buy low, store, and when the price goes up, you sell, or vice versa. Buy high, sell high, short them, forward, short, and then when the price boom goes down, buy all of them back. You have made net a lot of profit. Hindenburg actually did that. Well, so many companies do that. They wish that a particular set of sequence will happen, and effectively they'll get that money by doing something. Thank you very much. I'm done. I don't know if we have any time for question answers, so we will skip, or I'll leave it to sir to figure out.
Sir, we'll arrange for a separate session.
Sure. There we'll start on time, I hope.
Yes,
If any last minute, one question from your side? No question? I have one question. It's a very valid question. I'm sure you all have the same question. But you didn't ask, I'll ask. मेरे लिए ताली बजाओ, बाद में. The question is, अब तो lunch मिलेगा?